Hi, my name is Tasia Barquette. I am 16 years old and I've had Lyme disease for the past year and a half. Lyme disease is basically where you get bit by a tick and that tick transmits the disease into your body, and then the bacteria it camouflages itself, and then it starts to basically try to destroy your body, destroy cells and things like that. So, summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade, I'm in 11th grade now, I was doing lots of trail running and I was bit by a tick. And I got an odd rash on my face. I had one here, and then one here. And these were odd bullseye-shaped circles. And it was very strange, and I was feeling kind of weird then. I thought I had a cold, and but I had the rash, and the rash was quite odd, so my mom took me to the doctor. And we go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, that's the bullseye rash, so that's Lyme disease. And we're just like, not knowing anything about it, we're like, oh, okay. And she prescribes me a 21-day prescription of doxycycline, which is just the go-to doctor drug, because if someone has Lyme disease, test positive, CDC positive, they are giving doxycycline because there's so much controversy behind Lyme disease, because it's quite expensive to treat. But you have Lyme disease, you get doxycycline, and that's it, unless you go and look for further treatments. So we were like, okay, I take the doxycycline, and I was sick over a span of a week. I went from having like cold symptoms, and it quickly progressed into like flu and mono symptoms. And we were just kind of like, oh, I guess this is just how it goes, getting the bacteria out maybe. And I was basically stuck in my bed for 3 weeks in the summer because I was so tired I couldn't really do anything. So, flash forward to the beginning of the second semester of 10th grade. So about February, I started feeling really weird. I had a really severe sore throat to the point where I couldn't really eat or drink anything that was too hot, too cold, too warm, chunky, anything like that, like sharp. I basically lived on lukewarm soup broth for a while, like a week or so, maybe more. But over that week, the symptoms, again, quickly changed into odd symptoms. I would get pains that would just move around my body. Like, it felt like they were like running laps, and they were just taking turns getting every single spot, so I would just hurt everywhere. And I had this horrible constant headache that would never go away for anything. Like, even pain reliever didn't do anything. So, we were like, well, this is pretty odd, and we went to the doctor. And the doctor says, well, it looks like you've got a virus. And they tested me for mono, just to kind of check that box off, and a few other basic things. And the mono test came back negative. So we were like, well, that's weird. So we decided to see a different doctor. Second doctor was like, yeah, this looks like a virus. I'm not really sure what kind of virus, but it looks like a virus. So they also tested me for mono. Test came back negative. Me and my family were very frustrated, like, what the heck? What do I have? So, and at this point, we're about 3 weeks in. 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And then we see the third doctor. And we see this third doctor for around 3 different months until I was finally diagnosed. And we would go in about once, twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, to ask her about a new symptom or this and that. And so we go into the third doctor. And the third doctor's like, well, it could be a virus. It could also be mono. So we're going to test for mono one more time, and if this one comes back negative, you really don't have mono. So we're like, that seems fair. So we get the test done, and as me and my mom are waiting for the test results to come back, she goes, if this isn't mono, we really need to be worried. And I was kind of just like, it's mono. I mean, we know it's mono. The test is just coming back negative, you know? And we get the final test results. It's not mono. So we continue to go to the doctor, and she ran a ton of tests, you know, leukemia, lupus, arthritis, autoimmune, this and that. And the only thing that was out of the ordinary that was odd, was my white blood cell count. I had a really low white blood cell count and what that means is your immune system is compromised. And so we were like, okay. So we go and we see her, you know, for a couple months, just checking in, and she finally is like, I think you need to check out this lady. And we're like, okay. And we go and look into the lady, we're like, oh, she treats Lyme disease. So we start looking into Lyme disease and realize I have every single symptom. Like, every single symptom. And so we go and make an appointment with a woman. We go and she does a basic, it's a very odd checkup. It's not like your normal physical or anything like that. She tested my balance, she tested, she did some things with my pupils and this and that, and she asked me some questions. And she came to the same conclusion as my family and the third doctor has, that I have chronic Lyme disease. So us kind of thinking this is the only, because there's so much controversy behind Lyme, this is the only healing path for us to go on. So she puts me on a ton of different pills, kind of just to stabilize my body, hoping that'll boost the immune system and this and that, you know, help my sleep and help my body just generally heal. And I was on about 30 pills. I was taking 30 pills a day. And that's a lot, as you know. It's tough to take pills, and but I had pills for everything: sleep, nerves, pain, headaches, everything. And then I started, about a month later, I started antibiotics. And these antibiotics are, long term, they're destructive. Like, they just destroy your organs, and it's not great. But we thought it was the only way to get rid of the Lyme. And so I do the antibiotics, and the antibiotics, when I'm on them, I feel horrible. I feel worse than I'd ever felt, and I really thought that first time I did them, I couldn't feel worse. But little did I know that I would do 6 months of these dreadful, dreadful antibiotics when I end up taking 60 pills a day. I would somehow manage to get worse through these 6 months of antibiotics. And we have recently, in the past few days, decided to discontinue our use of antibiotics on me because we found a new treatment. This treatment is in Germany. It is called biophoton light therapy, along with quite a few other natural treatments. IV ozone, which is where a half a pint of your blood is taken out of your body and it goes up to into an old-fashioned bottle that you'd see that kind of just holds a liquid, just something like that, and it would go up there and it would stay in there till all the half a pint is there. And when you have Lyme disease, your blood gets gunky, it gets kind of clogged and turns into a slime sort of thing, and it turns to a almost nearly black shade. And that's just because your body's, it's having a tough time. It's being destroyed on the inside. So it goes up into the bottle, and then it goes down into this machine that basically infuses the blood with ozone, oxygen, and it goes back up into the bottle and then back into your arm. And eventually, so you do this. The treatment is 3 months long. I would get treatment 3 days a week. And There's lots of other things, IV amino acid, like there's an amino acid drip, IV high dose vitamin C. There's quite a few other ones, I just can't remember. With Lyme disease comes memory loss and trouble like putting together sentences. That's why I end up keep pausing a lot, because I'll know what I want to say, but my brain doesn't process what I want to say, so it kind of comes out as like me taking a break or just kind of like blah. And my words will slur together sometimes, and it's tough. But the treatment in Germany, we met with a girl who got the treatment herself, and she went to Germany in a wheelchair because she had such bad joint pain. She was in so much unbearable pain, and she came back being able to run. She did the 3 months of treatment, and she felt amazing. She was healed. Like, and with antibiotics, even if you get to that point where you feel okay, you're not feeling great. I mean, you're feeling just okay, like right on that line. And when you feel like that, that means you're in remission. But with remission, as soon as you get stressed out or your immune system gets compromised again, you're right back to being that sick. But with this girl got the treatment a year and a half ago, and she's in college right now, so you know she's stressed out. And, but she's better. She's done 5Ks, she's running, she's back in school, she has a normal social life. She feels amazing. And because of her and how she told her story on social media and things like that, a ton of other people, 5 or 6 other people went after her, and they all felt amazing. And we met with her and her mom, and they told us everything about it, and the treatment and everything, and the cost. And the one problem with the treatment is the cost is about 700 to 900 euros a week, which kind of translates to about $1,000 a week. And I'm there for 12 weeks. Okay. While you're there, you also have to take supplements, and those supplements are extra. So you end up spending $500 a month or so on those supplements. So there's all that extra money. And my family, like my parents are divorced, so my whole family won't be able to stay with me while I'm there, but we are going to rent a vacation rental home, hopefully, and you know that'll cost monthly, as well as transportation and renting a car and this and that sort of thing. So it rounds out, we have estimated around $25,000 for the treatment, and you know we've got family who can help with a little of that, but they won't be able to pay for the whole thing. So I need your help to get me to Germany and help me feel better, help me be a normal 16-year-old.